Well, thanks very much, all three of you, for expressing your views about the future and the past. I'd like to invite actually the audience to now kind of question us what you think about what we have said. Yeah, and then afterwards, I want to ask Aldrin. Where's Aldrin? Yeah, I want to then ask Aldrin to tell us what he has in mind to take this discussion beyond into the future. Okay, so let's open the questions. Questions, please.
I don't have a questions, but I think it's more of how I feel about it. Okay, my name is Sean. Yeah. My last two jobs were deal with entertainment and films. So films is actually an integral part of our Singapore culture, but you look at globally, those films that actually made it to international are mainly directors in Chinese ethnicity, Singapore Chinese ethnicity, and I have been questioned and bombarded by a Singaporean Indian ethnicity that when I voice out that Singapore does not have too many Chinese language films. So over the years, I have seen our Singapore Chinese community has been Chinaized. Our Singapore Chinese language is now dominated by terms from China. It's a departure from terms that me as a 1980 guy grew up with Taiwan and Hong Kong terms. And our film culture, watching culture for Chinese films is China dub, Hong Kong and Taiwan films. And the most money-making film is by Jack Neo, who is a Singapore Chinese ethnicity. All the other races, directors, they can only make waves in film festivals in the West. So what we're looking right now, the biggest race in Singapore is at its danger being eroded by values, words, and terms from China. This is a fact. You don't see our Chinese media speaking using terms from Taiwan. 视频 is from China. A lot of the terms has been simplified using China terms. So I really fearful for the fact that in future when racial relations are so brittle, all the other races will point us to us, Singaporean Chinese, say that we have been living so well because of social ties and business ties with China. And also we have this Chinese privilege. And regard for the fact for how I feel about the Singapore Johor economic zone. Very sad fact. This will be run by parties that have relations with the properties. RNF, the most fascinating, property, right? If you look at standing for Woodlands, is a China-run property. So we have to navigate, how to deal with businesses from China in providing views on the economic zone, because the Malaysian Chinese community in Johor itself, okay, they will feel that if, let's say, anybody from China comes in, they will have a say in how to run and manage. This is my viewpoint when I interact with the Malaysian Chinese. They were given this thing. They give me this vibe. So, in order to know the other party, we have to learn their language. We have to learn their political ideas. In order actually to navigate ourselves. It's a very sad fact for our Singapore identity, but this is the truth. So These are my comments. Thank you.
Actually, there's a recent, well, I just quickly interject. There's a recent article written by Leslie Fong, who used to be a major journalist in Straits Times, now exiled himself to Taiwan. I think he's in Taiwan, right? Hong Kong or Taiwan? Yeah, Hong Kong. And he lamented on the question of language. You say that the Chinese language is becoming kind of Chinese in terms of the word, the vocabulary. Leslie Fong made the same point about the English language, that it has become Americanized, like the term awesome, everything is awesome, right? And then the other word is cool, right? Chill, chill.
Those have become normal to us.
Battery.
No,
You press on the on off, I think.
Actually, clap again. Clap
Yeah,
again.
I don't know how to work this. It's working out, it's working out.
yeah. So
No, I think you switch it on.
No, the light, just leave the light on.
I think it's the battery is running out. I had to change new sets of batteries.
hey, well, just shut off.
The light is on.
No, it works, it works.
It is on.
Yeah.
I think language is a very important aspect of identity, right? And I think this underscores Chee Kien's point, right? That, and also my point in the book, that unless we develop a strong identity of ourselves, right, we will be overtaken by all the big powers in the world. Okay. One of the things which I mentioned in the book, contrary to the Chinese influence, is the opposite of that. The early Nanyang artists who came to Singapore, Chen Wenxi, Georgia Chen, all this, that whole generation, they were all super skilled in Chinese art. No? But when they came to Singapore, they came to Malaya and Singapore, they decided they want to become Malayan artists. So what did they do? They all went to Bali to draw the pictures of the women, the new women, and so on and so forth. And that's the point, you see. And there's another group that set up in the Rambutan Garden in where was it? Thompson Road, right? And they had a kind of group of artist scholars who were discussing and debating about the Malayan culture. Okay, so that is, I think the Malayan culture is the root culture of who we are, and we've kind of lost that. So I think we need to rediscover it and find our roots, right? So in terms of Chinese language, we will be introducing a lot of Malay words into the Chinese language as well.